What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is Season 8, Episode 4, and the episode is titled, Keep My Wife's Name Out Your Mouth. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, y'all, because I think you're going to enjoy this review. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we start this episode off with Kimmy. She's on the phone with somebody who I have no idea, because they didn't even put a little name at the bottom of the screen. Clearly the person was hella irrelevant. So as she's on the phone, Tisha walks into her office. And one thing I was trying to figure out was, what new fancy building is this? Because this is not the same office that Kimmy used to have. So what building is this that you're in? Like, that's one thing about Maurice and Kimmy. I feel like they always in different buildings and stuff. But what else is going on? Like, do y'all own this business? Is this a new venture for y'all? What is Maurice and Kimmy's storyline? I want to know, because I want them to go back to, us knowing about these businesses. Because we about to get to a new one that it sounds like they're about to get into. So, honestly, y'all, I have no idea what Kimmy and Tisha were talking about. Because they low-key were talking in code, as if they didn't really want the viewers to know what they got going on. But what I gathered, or at least what it sounded like to me, is that Kimmy wants to open up a restaurant. And she wants to use Marceau to build everything out for the construction. Now, she already knows that she can be annoying. So she not trying to, annoy Marceau. And Tisha, her only thought is, as long as it doesn't interfere with their friendship, she don't care what happens. That's what I gathered. Y'all let me know what y'all heard. Now, if they are trying to open up a restaurant, again, how did we get here? Like, what made you want to do that? Like, I feel like those are things that we may want to know as viewers, because at the end of the day, number one, y'all don't have a storyline. Number two, Kimmy, what are you working on? What kind of projects are you doing? Because we know that you're not a nurse anymore. That's something that we would want to know. But I digress. Also, I just want to point out these outfits that they had on, real questionable, because Tisha and her little getup, I said, girl, you looking real thick. And Kimmy was low-key giving Afrocentric. I'm like, okay, I guess, y'all. But here we go. Destiny shows up, y'all. So they basically are there to meet with her and tell her how they met with Sonny. That was this whole little scene. It was to report back to Destiny what Sonny had to say. And honestly, y'all, I'm sorry, but I kind of am having a hard time feeling so bad for Destiny about this situation, just because we never saw her in a relationship with Moses. So we don't even know what their relationship looked like. Okay? One thing that I wanted to point out was, Destiny mentioned how Sonny got let go as a producer, but she was still in contact with Destiny. My question was, did Sonny get let go as a producer because Destiny gave her nothing to produce? That is my question, because it's given that at the end of whatever that last season was that Destiny was on, that Sonny got let go. Okay? And when Sonny got let go, the friendship or whatever it was that they had, it seemed like it ended because they no longer had a reason to be around each other. Like, I just want to say, let's not forget that Destiny did not give a storyline. Even when she talked about how, I'm talking to this new guy, I don't want to say too much about him. That was her whole vibe. We never saw Moses on the show, ever. Even when they got to the reunion, Moses couldn't come. The one time when she really needed him to show up for her, he didn't come. Maybe they wasn't even together at that point. I don't know. Something ain't right with this story, y'all. But nonetheless, I'm just wondering if Sonny got let go because Destiny gave her nothing to produce. Because in the TV world, that is how it happens. if you are a producer and the talent that you are supposedly producing, we ain't got nothing to show for it, then what are you producing? You're not doing your job as a producer. So honestly, that kind of messes with Sunny's job. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a reflection of her work, but really it's Destiny not giving out no information about what's really going on in her life. Because I'm sorry, y'all, the way Destiny is carrying on as if everybody knew that this was public knowledge, that she was with Moses, and how dare this woman. Girl, we don't know you and Moses as a viewer, so it's hard for us to really give a damn. Now, I will say this because I brought up, Sunny possibly losing her job because Destiny gave nothing. Now, here's the thing. If that's the case, and she lost her job over this is giving personal vendetta. Like, girl, I lost my job. Baby, you about to lose your man. Now, one thing that I want to point out, though, is the fact that Destiny, she wanted to point out the fact that, after she got let go, she kept reaching out to me and we were still cool. And I feel like Kimmy, she made a point when she was in her confessional because she has realized that, yes, to Destiny, Sunny was a friend. However, Sunny was not Destiny's friend. She was just a person who was doing her job. And that's exactly what I think is going on here. I think Sunny was a producer. She produced Destiny as much as she was supposed to, tried to get it good with her so that way she can, get this storyline going. But besides that, them girls wasn't cool like that. They weren't friends for real. But I digress. So they end up talking about meeting up with Mel. Y'all, I was annoyed. Because why is Melody even being brought up? And then you have Kimmy asking stupid questions like, oh, have you talked to Melody? You know her and Destiny haven't talked. You know they not friends. You know they not good. So why are you sitting up here even playing in Destiny's face, asking her about Mel? And then that led for them to ask about Tisha and Stormy possibly being cordial. Goodbye. We don't need y'all to be fake and funny with each other. We really don't. Okay? Tisha don't really mess with Stormy. That's okay. Destiny and... what's her name? Destiny and Mel don't get along. That is okay. Now, according to Tisha, she can get along with Stormy. She can be cordial, as long as there's no more jabs because she's not taking the jabs anymore. And I'm like, well... I don't see why she would jab you again, especially when her issue was with your husband, and it seems like y'all have moved past that. But whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to Martell, because if one thing that man he gonna do is he gonna lie. He gonna lie and act like he don't know what you talking about. He sits down with Nell, right? And I'm like, Nell, you look ridiculous coming to this man talking about I feel like she shouldn't have sent you to jail because I don't like to see no black man go to jail. Girl, shut up. So then she goes on to mention how, Mel told her the rest of the story, which was that he was trying to release that revenge pee on her. And... he over here talking about you want to see the text message? Let me show you the text message. Y'all, he shows her the text message. Ain't no photo attached because he done deleted it. Sir, where the photo at? Because you've already mentioned that there was a photo attached. Did you not? You did. You said that there was a photo attached. And on top of that, the little screenshot that you keep showing everybody of this little text message that you sent her, it's not even grounds to get you arrested. So you playing in everybody's face right now. Because I get it, you got to say that you didn't do it because you have a case coming up. I get all of that. But it's annoying to watch Martell sit up here and be like, oh, I didn't do anything to Mel. This was all Mel. Melody did it. Sir, the police are not wasting their time issuing warrants just because you told her, stop bullying me. So you got to stop running with that storyline. You clearly sent her something that was absolutely inappropriate. And they felt like it was in line with you getting a warrant. So please stop. Then they switch gears because Nell brings up the fact that her stepdaughter was talking about her being a side chick 30 years ago. Can we be honest? We don't care. We do not care about Nell being a side chick 30 years ago. That's not relevant. She's been with this man for 30 plus years. No offense, but Lexi, we really don't care, okay? I'm sorry that this man did not stick it out with your mama, but it is what it is. So, Nell is going on to talk about how she was never a side chick, right? And Martell, am I tripping because they like bleeped it out or put like a dog noise on top of it? I thought he was saying like, oh, I thought you was like an Ariane, which is his baby mama. And then she was like, no, I ain't never been no Ariane. Am I tripping or is that not what they said? Y'all let me know. Neil basically explains that Chris was already separated. There was already paperwork involved, when she got with him. And once she found out that he was actually married, she stopped dealing with Chris, I guess, until his paperwork went through. Again, I feel like this is no different than Kimmy's situation. Hell, we gonna find out that it's another couple on this show right now that is going through this same situation. Why does it matter? It's irrelevant. Let's move on. Oh wait, I forgot to mention y'all. This part, I can't lie, I did laugh. Because Nell, she decided to tell Martell that, her birthday's coming up and she decided that she's going to invite Melody and she's not going to invite him. Girl, you know that don't matter to that Negro, right? No offense, Nell, you're not that important to Martell. You're not. Of course, he may film a scene with you because he ain't got nobody else to film with, but he don't give a damn about you, girl. Even his confessional, the way he was talking like, I don't care about no 60-plus-year-old lady birthday. I was like, yeah, he do not care about her at all. That's kind of rude. But moving on, y'all. We're going to jump on over to the Scott brothers. They meet up with Moses. Y'all, I'm so sick of Maurice. I am so sick of him. Pastor Maurice gets up there telling his story about how when he left Kiowa, I was already out of there for a year. I hadn't even met Kimmy yet. And, sir, we don't care. We don't want to hear from you. We don't care about your story. We've already heard it 3, 4, 5 years ago. Okay? Now, talking about this whole separation, according to Maurice, not Moses, that separation between you and Destiny, that should have been clearer. Negro, that man did what he wanted to do, okay? You can't change it now. Like, I just think it's so weird that he's over here trying to give, what's his name? Moses advice. Y'all, another M. He trying to give Moses some advice that is like stuff that already happened. Can you give him advice for the current situation? Be so for real. Now, and then you have Marceau. Marceau comes in, he's trying to basically warn him about social media. Like, listen, social media is about to attack y'all because at the end of the day, y'all new on the show, the situation looks really sticky and you gonna have to hold your girl down. Now, I get what he was saying, and it is very true that yes, because of how the situation looks, y'all are going to get attacked on social media. It is what it is, and you're going to have to be able to hold your girl down, right? But this is where he got me messed up, because he sat up there talking about because marriage is super hard when you have this whole social media thing happening. And then has the audacity to say, I'm going to tell you something that I never told anybody. I almost lost my marriage. Marceau, you almost lost your marriage because there was a photo of your back that came out. And Tisha was close to being done with your ass because I'm pretty sure she told you to keep your dirt on the low and don't embarrass her. Be so for real. And also, I can't lie, I understand where they are coming from in this conversation about the whole social media thing, but it's also very weird that they're trying to warn him about how the marriage will go and the comment section. Like, could y'all actually get to know Moses? What is Moses outside of the Destiny drama? You know what I'm saying? And then here comes Maurice, like, oh man, you need to talk to Destiny. Y'all, we can clearly see this man don't give a damn about Destiny. So let it just be him and Sonny, and we get to know them. Because it's very clear. He do not care. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And another reason why I feel like he don't care, he talks about how him and Sonny, they're planning to start a family. They've already started IVF. And you have Maurice and Marceau like, oh, that's fast. Y'all moving really fast. Are they? I don't even think that they're moving fast. Let me tell you why. Especially when it comes to them starting a family. If they are already in their 40s, not trying to be funny, but if you gonna have a baby, you might want to try to move as fast as you possibly can. Because, especially if she wants to carry her baby herself. So, what are y'all talking about? It's not like these people are 25 years old. These people are 40-something years old. Yeah, we gotta move a little quick if we want to put a bun in the oven. Hell, she close to menopause. Stop playing. But we gonna go ahead and move on, y'all. So we get the buff bodies, a.k.a. Ken and Latricia. So they're working out. Here comes Stormy and Courtney. Stormy says that she wants to do a fitness competition. Good for her. Ken and Courtney over there talking. And basically we learned that Courtney and Ken, they go way back to knowing each other since they were kids. We get a little bit more backstory with Latricia because we see her talking to Stormy, and they talk about how, you know, they're both in a good season right now. Latricia, she goes on to talk about how she got a lot of issues. Baby girl, this is the second time that you mentioned this, so I'm giving you a side eye. Now, it is sad that she lost both her parents and one of her sisters. That is really sad. I feel sorry for her for that. But then we learned that she also has control issues. She got a lot of anger, and how Kenny was like her knight in shining armor because he saved her. Honestly, y'all, as they continued that conversation, I zoned out because I feel like Latricia and Stormy already had this conversation the first time that we met her. Talking about how Ken, he basically, you know, saved her life and loves her for who she is and blah, blah, blah. That's great and all. But what else y'all got going on? Oh, wait, let me tell y'all. She's still married. We have Stormy over here asking this girl, oh, do you think you and Ken will get married and blah, 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 blah? And at first she's like, yeah, I think I would totally want to marry him. That's what she said the last time. Or even when they talked in a confessional, I think they talked about getting married. Girl, can you get your stuff finalized? Can you get your paperwork finalized for your divorce? Please. So, this makes me circle back to Nell and Chris, Kiowa and Maurice, and all of that whole situation. All these people, or should I say not Kiowa, I should say Kimmy and Maurice, my bad. All these people have similar situations to where they were in a relationship, going through a divorce, they got paperwork and stuff, they were technically separated, and started dating somebody else. That's wild. Because this girl just said that she dated Kenny for like, 2 years? So she's been technically going through a divorce, at least we know, for 2 years. Or should I say, we're assuming that she's going through a divorce for 2 years. Because she could have very well been still married and then dating Kenny and then decided to get a divorce. We don't know yet. Hopefully that will be revealed. If, this is her side dude, or they were already separated and then she started dating him. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Y'all, we move on to Martell. So he is back at this empty house. Chris comes over. And y'all, we finally see a house that Martell supposedly worked on. Did he really? We don't know. It could all be smoke and mirrors when it comes to Martell. Nonetheless, Chris comes over so that way he can stand on business because he feels like his wife was disrespected and she's owed an apology because she never was a side chick. Okay? And I get it. Because if y'all continue to explain the situation, how y'all are saying it, technically you were in the process of getting a divorce. I get it. But go ahead, Chris, fight for your wife. I still don't understand how we are talking about something that happened 30 years ago. Nonetheless, Chris is trying to get to the bottom of this whole Martell arrest situation. Baby, Martell is going to lie again. Lie. Because Martell is like, oh, well, I just sent a text message. Now, he don't even want to mention that there was a video or a picture. Because Chris had to ask him, well, what about that picture that you sent to Melody? Like, why are you getting a warrant? Like, he was really trying to get to the bottom of Martell. I get it, you trying to tell all these lies, but the police did not just issue a warrant just because. Because you sound ridiculous trying to defend yourself to make it seem like Melody is just pulling stuff out the sky and the police are falling for it and they had the audacity to arrest a black man unnecessarily. That is not what happened. Like, I feel like Chris can really see through Martell bullshit, but because we film it or whatever, he just gonna keep his mouth shut. Like, I just find it so disgusting the way he puts everything back on Melody. Oh, Martell, let me see the picture of the what you sent her. No, you can ask Melody to show you. Let's go ahead and send it to Mel. Did Mel tell you to ask that? Melody. When Chris was like, what can you do to change the situation? Well, Melody can stop doing this, that, and another. Sir, you put so much on Mel. And it's all you, baby. We can see it. It's all you, Martell. You're a terrible person. Like, you need some serious help. It's disgusting. But we're going to go ahead and move on, y'all. We get to the last scene. And it's Destiny and Moses. They're meeting up. And again, y'all, I'm really trying with her. But again, she gave us nothing the last time that she was on this show. Yet she over here acting like her and Moses being together, that was such public knowledge. Girl, you hid him from this show, so why should we care? So then they get to talking, right? And basically he feels like him and Sonny, they haven't done anything to Destiny. They haven't done anything wrong. Because at the end of the day, he feel like he had already broken up with Destiny. They were broken up for a couple of months. And he can date whoever that he chooses to date. And for Sonny, yes, she was her producer. But after she was producing Destiny, they did not have a relationship. I feel like that's where he's coming from. Because he mentioned how, Sonny, she kept things professional. But like after that work relationship was over, it was over. Now, Destiny, she feels like, they did this to be spiteful to her. And how dare they date each other knowing that I'm the one who introduced them and all of this stuff. Like, I get it, Destiny, but they're married already. Like, you kind of got to let it go. Because it's not like they about to divorce just so that you can be happy. Like, I get it, how she can feel slighted because, again, she felt like Sonny was her friend, but it's given Sonny was never her friend. And then as they further this conversation, I'm just like, girl, were you even really with Moses? Because he mentions how she didn't show up to his birthday in St. Louis. Because according to him, he felt like she didn't really have any interest in him. So then she goes on to be like, nah, because you was acting like you was the girlfriend. You wanted me to wine and dine you and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. The way she's trying to set this up is to make it seem like he was trying to get with Destiny to take care of him. And I've even mentioned that in one of my previous reviews, like, yo, did Moses get with Destiny because he felt like it was going to be a come up? You know what I'm saying? He can like mooch off of her, get on a TV show, all of that stuff. But then I started to think like, well, if that's the case, then he really would have pushed for her to make sure that he's seen on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he would have absolutely been like, oh, babe, let me go ahead and shoot a scene with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very strange for him to never want to be seen with Destiny. Or at least that's what she make it seem, honestly, because he was never on the show. But he's open and willing to come on the show with Sonny. Like, something is still weird with this whole situation. But then he goes on to say this, y'all. He says that, he started dating Sonny in August. But then Destiny's like, okay, but then you sent me money. I said, well, hold on, girl. Him sending you money, that does not equate to him dating you. That would just be him trying to help you out of a bind because, no offense, Destiny, you're known to have financial issues. You know what I'm saying? So then she goes on to say how, he sent her messages and all of this stuff. And he's like, well, I told you that we were done in April or whatever. And she's like, no, we were done when I told you I was choosing myself in August. And then she's like, I have the text messages to prove it. And he's like, well, you know what? Pull up those text messages. And she's like, I'll pull them up. Girl, please pull them up. I need for her to release the text messages so we all, the public, can see what the hell is going on. Because I'm confused at this point. Like, especially when I think he brought up the fact that he had told her at some point, I think after his birthday, like, maybe we should go ahead and be friends. I'm like, okay, well, these are contradicting stories. You saying that you wanted to be friends with her. She swear y'all was still in a relationship until August. I'm confused. And like, we ended this conversation with Destiny saying like, oh yeah, because I'm that girl or something like that. And I'm like, Destiny, you ain't never been that girl. Okay? I need for you to cool it a little bit. Like, again, you coming on this show this season with so much energy of like, how dare they date each other or whatever behind my back. And, me and Moses, we were together. Were y'all? Because it's given that you was like a sneaky link or something. That's really the vibe that I'm getting. Or am I tripping? Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all, that was my review for this show. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about the show. Go ahead, give me a follow, subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.